Hey guys, Tola here on Monday, January 12th, 2015. It's also Movie Monday, so we're going to be bringing you a review on Inherent Vice. But before we get to that, let's give a quick celebrity shout out to all of the actors and actresses at the Golden Globes last night. Awesome show, right? I mean, hey, I love that comment by Jeremy Renner about J-Lo's globes. I mean, it gives a whole new meaning to having the world in the palm of your hand. And hey, talk about that room. There was enough Botox in that room to make Betty White look like Taylor Swift. Well, I don't know, actors using Botox. Well, anyway, let's just jump right in to Movie Monday. Yes, we could be talking about all the negative news around the world, but we're not going to do that today. We're going to jump right in. I went to see this movie, and let me tell you, the first thing you need to do before you go see this movie is smoke a joint. Because, hey, this movie is all about sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Well, not a lot of sex, not a lot of rock and roll, but a lot of drugs. I mean, I think you need to get stoned to watch this movie to figure it out because it's confusing. I mean, I really couldn't figure the whole thing out. It takes place in 1970, so we're kind of throwing back. I got the leather on today, kind of in honor of that. And, hey, is it heartfelt? No. Talk about acting, though. It's got great actors in it. I mean, talk about an acting class. Joaquin Phoenix. He plays with Reese Witherspoon, Josh Brolin, Eric Roberts, Martin Short, Owen Wilson, Benicio del Toro. I mean, talk about amazing actors. The thing is, I don't know. Is this movie exciting? There was only one exciting part to it. It was an erotic scene with the lead actress, Catherine Waterston. I mean, she was nude, and it was kind of a, like I said, I got a little rise out of it. But the rest of the movie, there was nothing exciting about the movie. Kind of makes no sense. As far as Paul Thomas Anderson, I mean, the guy's an amazing writer, director, but other movies like Magnolia and There Will Be Blood, twice as good as this. So I don't know. I couldn't really figure it out. It was funny? No, it wasn't funny. It was kind of silly at times. And, you know, when I was leaving the movie theater, I stopped this woman, about a 60-year-old, by herself, and I said, hey, what'd you think of the movie? She's like, it was confusing. She goes, you know, it kind of reminded me of Usual Suspects, because I still couldn't figure that movie out, and it was a little weird. I said, yeah, a little bit strange, kind of cool scenery. Like I said, throwback to 1970, talk about, but I mean, we're all about smoking joints. This whole movie, everybody's stoned throughout the whole movie. I kind of like that in a way. Definitely wouldn't recommend it. You guys know I give 1, 2, or 3 thumbs. Hey, if it wasn't for the great actors, I'd give this a 1 thumb, but I'm giving it a 1.5 because there are some really cool scenes, but it was almost like I was watching a highlight reel and just little scenes pieced together with these great actors doing a scene that didn't connect. Like I couldn't connect the dots. So I don't know what all the hubbub is about Inherent Vice. If it wins any awards, you're going to shock me, but I'm giving it 1.5 thumbs. Like I said, it would be a 1, but I got to give it 1.5. Magnolia is a 3. Magnolia is twice as good as this movie. Go see that instead. And speaking of which, we're going to talk about one topic today, one topic only, and we're going to talk about vices. Because what are vices, right? If you look up in the dictionary, it says an evil or bad habit. I mean, it's kind of the opposite of virtuous or a virtue, right? But what do vices do? I mean, vices control you, and vices can lead you. But more importantly, vices can define you, right? Think about it. In this movie, it's hippie stoner. That's like a definition. What are we talking about vices? Let's talk about it. Smoking, drugs, alcohol, gambling, women, shopping. I mean, all these things can turn into an evil vice that negatively affect you and people around you. Doesn't have to be. Think back to when you were 12 years old. Did you have any of these vices? No, but it's a lifestyle that can become hazardous, right? You got to think about that because do you have a vice? You got to ask yourself, do I have a vice in any category? And it doesn't have to be one of these. Add another one. And is it a lifestyle I want to embrace? And if it is, you got to think about that. Is it something you really want to bring into your life? And again, does it help you? And what it does is it creates drama, right? If you have a bad vice, what are you doing? You're always looking for the next time. If you're an alcoholic, you're looking for the next time I'm going to get wasted. You're a stoner, I'm looking for the next time where I'm going to get high. You're always looking for that next high. But the problem is, the first one of the day is your best high. Everybody knows that. You can't get back to that place where you once were. It's tricky. You got to be careful. And what do we do about it, right? Can anyone delete a vice from their repertoire? I believe so, absolutely. I mean, I'm proof of that. 7 years ago, I stopped drinking. Alcohol was one of my vices. Yeah, and talk about these vices. You can't have too many, people. We're not saying you should be a nun or go, kind of lock yourself in the room away from society and not be social. But there's a difference between casual and chronic, right? We know the uses here. So what's going on? I'm looking over here. But hey, get it together, and anybody can delete a vice from their repertoire. You got to believe it, you got to believe in yourself, and you got to take a strong stand. And like I said, go back to when you were 12 years old. And in terms of getting your shit together, hey, we're not giving out an award today. We're going to give an award to everybody out there who needs to get their shit together when it comes to deleting a vice from your life, from your lifestyle, because you can do it. Anybody can do it. Take it upon yourself to grab yourself by the bootstraps and make it happen. You can do it. Delete that vice. So hey, got to get your shit together. If you're the person who says, I can't do it, forget about it. You can do it. Don't let that define you. Hey, on that note, I'm Rich Tola, and remember, dreams do come true. But hey, what do I know?